Welcome to Discovery! Roll the intro, please. Welcome to another episode of Discovery. It was another solid week in the deep underground of metal, and I discovered a few good albums that should be on your radar. So, in case you don't know, in the background we have Molder's brand new album, Catastrophic Reconfiguration, an absolutely incredible old school death metal album of the year. We're playing that in the background. I thought it might be something a little bit different to twist things up. I'm going to add some music to the background now. A lot of YouTubers love to put music in the background. Actually, I'll just turn it down a little bit so I don't get copyrighted. But yeah, so let's kick off with Discovery. Let's face it, without this show you wouldn't be able to discover all the bands I'm featuring. Unfortunately, Season 6 of Discovery will conclude in a fortnight. But we'll kick off the new season a week after the new year. After the Discovery finale, which will happen at a week after Christmas, it's time to share my favourite albums of the year. This is where I can confidently say that the year has concluded and I'll be able to release the best albums of December, the best songs of the year, and finally the best metal albums of 2024 in early January. In this episode of Discovery, I dug deep into the underground to find some really good albums as well as some not so good new releases. So before I start, let me know what you discovered down below and let's get started. So to kick off Discovery, we are heading over to Mexico to check out the band Son of Evil. They released their debut album No Aldisano Eterno on December 18th through Guillotina Records. Well, apart from the shocking album cover, the sound of the album is actually pretty good. This is a black and thrash metal album, but a lot of it features black metal with a thrash tinge. The guitars are razor sharp, the vocals are malicious and in your fucking face, and the production has a raw tone that I really enjoy. This is a really fun album and I've been listening to it for a few days. The album grows on you. Maybe not on the first listen, but the magic happens during the second and third listens. We can really feel that brooding atmosphere that permeates this record. Every song is solid, the songwriting is good but not great, making this a solid debut album by Sons of Evil. It's a shame I can't announce the names of the tracks, but the guitar work is very good. And now the town siren is going off. There are fires around, it is boiling hot here, it's close to 30. Christmas Day is going to be like 35 degrees. The next day, Boxing Day, will be like 41. So yeah, summer's really heating up here in Australia. Anyway, on this album, you get thunderous percussion, nice drum fills, and interesting cymbal accents. The vocals, as I mentioned before, are quite impressive. They have these harsher tones that I enjoy. It's high octane black and thrash leaning towards the black metal side. Track 2 is fantastic and the title track is also strong. Every song is pretty good and it's a blast to listen to. However, that album cover, yeah, it's not great. It leaves much to be desired. I'm sure a lot of people will be turned off by it. It's not the worst, but it does look AI generated. If it's actually handmade by a person, I do apologize, but it's just not great. It certainly looks like an eyesore to me. Overall though, the music itself is very good, so I'm scoring this a 70%. The reason why it's not higher, well truthfully, there are way better albums than this. This is a fun record, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't put it on my list at the end of the year. Did you hear that? Sound like he was fucking underwater. Are you ready to slam your head into a brick wall until you see brain matter splattered all over the floor? Well, look no further than the Swedish death metal band Revolting and their new album Night of Horrid, released December 17th through Extreme Music. This is a fantastic record, an old school death metal flavoured album with their own twisted flair. I really enjoyed the vocals and the sound effects add a chilling layer to the songs, like the haunting sounds of people screaming for their fucking lives. Holy shit, they managed to transport you to a world where you won't be safe. You'll probably meet a gruesome end. The guitars are fantastic, boasting a raw and organic tone, and the riffs are juicy, bringing a melody that feels like sirens' call, luring you into the fucking deeper into the abyss. The drumming is again stellar, D-beat death metal. I just love how raw and unpolished this album sounds, reminiscent of a graveyard disturbing in the dead of the night. The vocals are guttural, but the frontman can reach those high, fucking terrifying shrieks that send shivers down your spine, that even on a hot day will send goosebumps to your arms. The synths create another layer of horror to the music, especially on hard-hitting tracks like Seven Severed Heads, Blades Will Cut, and Shapeshifter. Speaking of Shapeshifter, it's probably the catchiest song on the album. A true anthem for the damned. The old school death metal flavour is robust, making this a fun record to bang your fucking head to while contemplating your own mortality. I do wish the album was a bit louder. You have to turn it up pretty high to catch all the nuances, which might be a reduction issue. The guitar leads are fantastic, and I thought this was a really solid release. Swipe of Sight is another standout track featuring those death metal chugging riffs and spine-inducing melodies that will haunt your dreams. The last track, simply titled Outro, is an ethereal dance-like piece that juxtaposes death metal vocals with a horror-laden ambience with some really upbeat percussion driven by eerie synths. I thought it was an intriguing way to include an album, leaving you with a lingering sense of dread. Overall, I'm scoring this around 75%. It's a solid death metal album to close out the year, but there are a few sound issues when playing it back that keep it from reaching its full potential. God damn, this album slaps. The Norwegian band Hades Rising released a sophomore album Chaos on December 18th independently. I don't mean this album slaps, I mean Molder's album slaps. Well, this album slaps as well. Well, this was certainly a great find. If you're expecting traditional Norwegian black metal, you might be disappointed. Instead, what you get here is melodic black and death metal, and it's fantastic. I played this album extensively, and I love the airy synths that accompany the tracks, along with the thunderous riffs, thunderous percussion as well, and monstrous vocals. The vocals are truly impressive, reminded me a bit of Guerilla, but with a lot more melody. Throughout the album, there are clean vocals in the choruses that add a dynamic shift, creating a nice contrast between the clean and harsh vocal styles. At times, I'm reminded of the sound of Insomnium, while other moments lean more into the black and death metal and even traditional black metal. Tracks like Spiraling are hard hitting from start to fucking finish, showcasing relentless energy. The melodies in Chaos and the Voyage are captivating, featuring beautiful tremolo picking and intricate drumming that keeps you engaged. Paradox induces an experimental flair filled with synths that enhance the atmospheric depth of the album. As Darkness Fades is another standout track, while Lay Your Head channels pure aggression, gripping you with its intensity. Wow. What I particularly enjoy about this record is the beautiful interplay of clean guitars and piano or keyboard elements, which add a sonic richness to the songs. The way these elements shift the soundscapes makes for a captivating listening experience. This album is well laid out, expertly mixing aggression and heaviness with somber passages, creating an intriguing and dynamic musical journey. I'm scoring this album a 75%. It's very good, but not quite great. I've heard other bands attempt this style with a bit more finesse. Nonetheless, it's awesome to see Norwegian metal artists dabbling into this kind of music, pushing the boundaries of the sound and exploring new fucking territories. Now we head over to Poland, where we find Coffinwood, who released their debut album Acolytes of Eternal Flame on December 15th independently. This is a really impressive debut album. I thoroughly enjoyed the songwriting, particularly the way the slower paced sections build into powerful fast paced segments. Each song is filled with melody and aggression, making every track feel warranted and purposeful. Exploring themes of World War I, Coffinwood delivers an onslaught of blackened fucking metal, blackened death metal that resonates with the intense atmosphere of the era. They draw comparisons to bands like, in my opinion, 1914, yet Coffinwood leans more towards the death metal side, featuring chuggy fucking riffs and monstrous vocals that often veer into black metal territory, especially in the self-titled track. Coffinwood also delves into doom metal, as evident in the song Disposition of Doom, which is slow and plodding, evoking the weight of despair and loss associated with the war. You'll find fantastic fucking bangers on this album, such as Salvation Through Radiation, which serves as an unrelenting assault of black and death metal. The eerie guitar melodies and deep guttural fucking vocals on Biorobots are complemented by chugging death metal riffs and black metal tremolo picking, creating a fucking rich tapestry of sound that captures the chaos of this fucking battle. Exclusion Zone is another standout track, adding a melancholic atmosphere that lingers long after the song has ended. Sarcophagus closes the album with a cacophony of fucking sound, leaving the listener in a state of reflection and intensity. One standout aspect of this album is a remarkable bass work by Horrid, who also handles the vocals. The bass lines are terrific, adding an extra layer of heaviness that makes everything feel weighty and immersive. I couldn't help but be drawn in by the intricate bass licks. The drumming is also exceptional, with drum fills that contribute to the climactic nature of the tracks. The guitars masterfully mix depth and black metal riffs, making it so engaging to listen to. Scoring Coffinwood's debut album and 80%. This is a terrific album for December, and definitely one of my favorites of the month. It captures the brutality and despair of World War I while delivering a sound that is both heavy and fucking memorable. now turn our attention to Italy, where we find the doom metal band Epitaph, who just released their new album Path to Oblivion on December 20th through My Kingdom Music.
There's no tomorrow in my soul. In my soul, yeah.
This is a very good album. I enjoy the vocals, which are soft and somber, yet they feature those soaring high falsettos that add an ethereal quality to the music. Epitaph embraces traditional doom metal and they strongly remind me of Candlemass. The riffs are crushing and the production is excellent. I appreciate how everything sounds organic and not overly processed, which really enhances the experience for me. The tone of the drums is particularly noteworthy, providing a solid backbone for the music. Believe it or not, there's even a sprinkle of harsher vocals throughout the first track, Path to Oblivion, which features great epic doom moments. The slow-paced passages are beautifully complemented by nice guitar leads that evoke a sense of haunting melancholy. The album flows by quickly and I enjoyed every moment of it. While this album may not make it to my end-of-year list, unfortunately, I can still appreciate the impressive musicianship on display. The songwriting is solid, and if you enjoy traditional doom metal with infectious riffs, you'll find plenty to fucking love here. For instance, Condemned to Flesh. I think that's a song. It features a chilling moment at the end where you can hear a baby crying. So realistic, you'll swear it was in the room with you. This eerie touch adds a layer of dark atmosphere that lingers in your fucking mind. Nameless Demon is another standout track, while Kingdom of Slumber picks up the pace, adding a sense of urgency amidst the doom-laden atmosphere. Again, the bass work is very good, and I quite enjoy the intricate guitar melodies alongside the stomping drums that drive the songs forward. Fall from Grace serves as a fantastic closing track, rounding off a solid sophomore album for Epitaph. Overall, I'm scoring Epitaph's album, Path to Oblivion, a 70%. It's a good record with solid melodies and evocative vocals. Oh, that riff! Steeped in dark themes that will resonate with fans of the genre. Go check out Epitaph.
Where will be embraced by resting the world at heart, the heart that from the sun. There seems a mankind about to fall.
Oh, Masked in Mold by Molder is incredible. I love that. I love that track. Hexenbrett released their new album Dritte Beschw, rung, Dem Teufel, eine, Tochter. Now, no Tochter means daughter, I don't know the rest. On December 20th through Dying Victim Productions. This is a pretty good album, quite a strange one, as they mix elements of heavy metal and black metal within their music. The vocals are definitely black metal, while the instrumentals lean more towards traditional heavy metal, creating a unique concoction that surprisingly works well. One thing I can say is that this album is a fun listen. It's high octane heavy metal infused with blackened shrieks, and it's a fantastic combination. I love the guitar solos, the meaty riffs, and the chord progression throughout the album. Lieder im Nachtverkehr would be my favorite track. I just love how intense and fucking energetic this song is. While there are a few melodies on this album, the standout guitar work really makes an impact, and the drumming is very good as well. The album has a gleaming, dirty feel, and it doesn't feel modern at all. Instead, it feels old and retro, which I can definitely get on board with. The production is solid, evoking the sound of a different time period. La Prisa de la Note is an awesome instrumental track for 6 minutes. They're just jamming away, showcasing really good musicianship. On the other hand, Marisa feels like the weakest song on the album. It sounds very repetitive, and I just didn't enjoy it as much as the others. Hexenbrett shines in their longer songs, allowing the music to breathe, such as in the self-titled track, which has a theatrical feel, while still delivering fantastic heavy metal and black metal elements. The last song is another banger, featuring great guitar licks and vocals, providing a very good way to conclude the album. Overall, I'm scoring this album around 70%. It's good, but not fucking great. It's another band that has executed this style of music better. Look no further than, if I can figure the name, Mogul Blade, with their album Heavy Metal Wraiths, released earlier this year. Nevertheless, this album by Hexenbrett is still an enjoyable listen, so check it out. Now, our co-main event for this week's Discovery is the Mexican black metal band Ildhur, who released their new album The Witch on December 16th independently. I've been playing this album countless times, and I'm really digging the atmosphere it creates. It's raw black metal, yet the synthesizers imbue the music with an ambient quality that feels cold and brooding. The razor-sharp guitars cut through the mix, and the synths dominate this dark, oppressive album, wrapping you in a shroud of chilling soundscapes. The vocals by Ildhur are harrowing, enhancing the unsettling mood. There are some very good melodies that provide moments of haunting beauty amidst the chaos. I enjoyed the album from start to finish, and it was truly fantastic. It's truly just random that I stumbled upon it while planning this week's show. Of course, I check out other bands that don't make it on Discovery. I was tempted to talk about the new Gigatron, but I just couldn't finish it. It was that bad, one of the worst albums of the year. Anyway, I digress. There's a lot of mediocre black metal out there, but Ildhur is certainly not among them. I'm tempted to purchase this CD because this one-man band transports you into a realm of terror and horror where you feel anything but safe. Some tracks are ambient, creating an ethereal atmosphere, while others are hard fucking hitting and abrasive, like The Time, Agatha. I just love the songwriting in this track. Interdimensional and The Spectre also showcase great songwriting, blending eerie synths with dizzying guitar work and harrowing vocals that linger in your mind long after the music stops. One thing I wish is that the album was a little bit longer. It runs for 46 minutes, but many of these ideas could have been expanded into more intricate compositions. I have a particular fondness for long, sprawling black metal songs that draw you into their fucking depths. I also can't forget the self-titled track, The Witch. The Witch, what a great song that is. The guitar work in this track feels haunting at times, perfectly capturing the essence of dread that permeates the album. Overall, I'm scoring this a 75%. It's a very enjoyable album from start to finish. You can easily become addicted to its raw and abrasive sound. A solid black metal album for December, and one that deserves your attention. main event for this week's discovery is none other than the UK power metal band Sorceress of Sin, who released their third studio album, Ennea, on December 20th through Wormhole Death. This is a fantastic power metal album from start to finish. I was engaged all the way through thanks to Lisa Skinner's outstanding vocal work. I swear, in some songs, especially in Ildhur, you wouldn't think this was a woman singing. She possesses an incredible range, sounding almost masculine at times with a powerful grunt in her voice that I absolutely fucking love. Her falsettos are fantastic, and her operatic vocals, particularly in the song Nymphet, remind me of something out of early Nightwish. The emotional depth she brings to tracks like Clarity or Confusion, Artisan, and The Quest is truly captivating. I played this album about 3 times now, and each listen reveals different nuances that enhance the overall experience. The guitar work by Konstantin Kanakis is fantastic. The riffs are fucking sharp and engaging, and the drumming by Paul Skinner adds an extra layer of complexity with a touch of progressive metal woven into the mix. There are epic and symphonic moments throughout the album, and the keyboards are particularly impressive, drawing you into the atmospheric emotional landscape that complements the powerful instrumentation. In my opinion, this album is nearly as good as Asteroids, my favourite power metal album of the month, but it doesn't quite reach that level. While there are a few melodic and catchy hooks compared to some other power metal offerings, this does not detract from the talented musicianship on display. There's a mystique and mysterious quality to the album that I thoroughly enjoyed. There have been some really fantastic albums released this month, and Ennea could definitely make it onto my end of month list. Time will tell. Some standout tracks on this album featuring blistering solos, great melodic riffs, and fantastic vocal work include Reine, Poseidon, and The Quest. The mouth-watering lead guitars often remind me of how Unleash the Archer's crafted sound, blending technical prowess and melodic sensibility. Overall, this is a really good album, and I'm scoring at a solid 75%. The vocals impressed me greatly. Lisa's tone and dynamic range are remarkable and truly elevate the album. And I must say, the moment I heard this album, I said, yes, this has the fucking main event discovery, because it's so good. Well, that's it for Discovery for this week. We will return with a new episode on Christmas Day, bringing you festive cheer alongside a fresh batch of albums releases. There are a lot of albums that came out this week, so there will be plenty to talk about. Additionally, there are a few releases I haven't mentioned yet that I'm excited to feature on Discovery from this weekend. And our main event for next week for your Christmas discovery will be none other than Order of Nosferat's brand new album. Get ready for an extended Discovery episode, specially crafted for your Christmas celebration, filled with the latest and greatest albums that have dropped. Whether you're enjoying a cozy evening by the fire, unwrapping presents that Santa has given you, or feasting on holiday fucking treats, we'll have the perfect soundtrack for your festivities. Also, I want to take a moment to wish you all a Merry Christmas. May your day be filled with joy, laughter, and of course great fucking metal music. I look forward to seeing you next time. It's been fun, and I'll see you in the next one.